Season 50 War number 2, and here we are against HCPX. The bands are Corvus, CGR, Venom, Tigra, and Carnage, which I never thought I'd ever be saying before, but they have a Carnage ban and a Tigra ban, which makes me want to cry. But other than that, my team this war is going to be Angela, Onslaught, and Odin. Odin just first injuries with Angela. Angela has 4 fights this war, Onslaught has 2. This is the first 6-fight war I've had in over a season. I've always had 7 or more before that. Or last season, I mean. I had only 7 or more fights, which was pretty fun. But I guess it's nice to have a break every once in a while. But these Angela fights are going to go quite crazy, and we're going to start off with a very fun one against this infamous Iron Man on Node 7. And this is basically a path-splitting placement, nothing that iDoom really benefits from the nodes here, but Angela's just going to be really good for this fight. We're going to build up our clarity charges as fast as possible, and my phone's going to lag here, causing me to eat a combo, but that's okay. Let's see, she also can parry non-contact attacks, making it to where I can just hit his mediums whenever I feel like it. So, anyway, we're just ramping up our buffs, and we throw an SP1 just to get us down a bar of power, and then we get more Furies, and that's a 39k medium to finish the fight off. So, that was definitely pretty nice. 27 second of the first fight of the war, and that's like not even with any ramp from the Odin synergy, because we're going to get more buff potency for every fight the team wins, and that was the first one where we didn't have any of that yet, so that's definitely pretty great. Next up is going to be Korg against, not Korg against, Onslaught against Korg, and for this fight it's a little tricky because basically whenever his rock shield is up, there's a bunch of things I just can't do. I can't knock him down, I can't throw a special, I can't parry, I can't use a heavy attack, but I guess that counts as knocking down, because I need to make sure he never purifies anything. Otherwise I'm going to get the damage reflect node on me, and that's not very fun. So when his shield is up, we're just going to be baiting a lot of heavies, and then we're going to be kind of chilling from there. We can also heavy counter Korg's heavy attack, which not a lot of characters can do. Onslaught's heavy reach is just a little bit stupid, so it does work out, which is pretty cool. So we're going to relic into a heavy attack, pause our neuroshocks, and then the rock shield comes back, so I just need to get rid of that really fast. And it's not going to take too long to do so, because this rock shield is smaller every time we expend it. So I throw my SP2. I knew the pause was falling off, but I was going to gain too much power otherwise, so I do lose those degens, and it is a little unfortunate, but it's all good. We're going to go back in, get the heavy counter, so now I have a pause up for any new neuroshocks I'm going to apply, and because Onslaught's medium, his first medium is non-contact, we don't have to worry about thorns at all. And then here I'm just going to go for heavy into an SP2, and with only a couple degens, we still do some pretty decent damage, and then he's going to die just after. Throw the relic into the air, but it doesn't really matter. We did get a little willpower healing from the bleed on that relic too, so that was pretty great. Next up we're fighting Rintrah on node 27, and this is a pretty easy fight for Onslaught because it's just a Rintrah that has a little bit more power early, and then the debuffs do not mean anything because we don't take damage from either of them, and in fact while we're shocked we're just going to inflict Neuros every second. So that basically means I can skip an entire SP1 and instead just, you know, go straight for the SP2. I'm going to have plenty of degens once I get there, just because of the shocks placing them for me constantly. So I'm going to go for a heavy attack right there. Bleeding again, but that's okay. And we're going to go back in, go for another heavy attack straight into an SP2. Probably should have ramped up a little bit more neuroshocks first, but it's all good. They're still ticking pretty hard. And once we get to another SP1, they're just going to tick even harder because of the Daunted, increasing the damage he takes during our special attacks. And we have all 10 of the Daunted, so it's at max potency now. There he light intercepted me because yes, but that's okay. He also got hit by a relic, which is cool. But yeah, he's dead right here, and that is going to be the Rintrah fight. So next up, we only have Angela fights left. Got 3 more. Next up, we are going to be fighting Peni Parker on node 36. This is a fight where I just can't parry, and I have to rely on Angela's Sig ability, making it to where I will not be taking debuff damage because she reduces the duration of them per buff on her. So that's going to be a good time. We just need to get our clarity charges ramped as fast as possible, and then it's going to be pretty easy. But this fight's not going to go exactly my way. I'm trying to bait a heavy attack, and she's not feeling like it, but then she finally does. So I get the heavy attack, and I need her to throw another one, but instead I just go straight in for it, so that's okay. I do take bleed damage because of the deep wounds mastery being maxed, and there my phone decided to lag at a very inconvenient time. As soon as that notification popped up, my phone lagged, and you saw it lag again there. Like, this is getting ridiculous. The phone lag this war is absurd for some reason, and I just lost like half my health from that, so that's cool. She throws her SP2 there. I don't get hit by it, which is good. So 15k attacks are nice. We're going to throw another SP1 pretty soon, and then we're going to get another Fury right once we cross that bar of power, so then we're hitting pretty hard now. 20k light attack is pretty awesome. Baiting her special, she throws it, and she can't auto-block at all when I have clarity, so I don't even worry about knocking her shield off. So we did the fight in a little bit over a minute, and it could have been perfectly clean, so pretty good fight overall. Next up, we're going to be fighting Shocker on node 37. This was the fight I was most worried about this war, but I did get a Wagnito pre-fight, meaning that my parries will only be reduced by Shocker's kit and not by Limber, so that's a big positive here, because it means I can parry heavy, and the reason I want to parry heavy in this fight is just to keep Shocker away from me, to let some of the personal space regen fall off. The only regeneration control I have in this fight is when I'm reducing the potency of regeneration from Despair, but I only get Despair from the armor breaks on her special attacks, and they don't last super long, so I am going to try to keep knocking him away from me a little bit. And Angela's heavy attacks, once you get those Furies up, they do hit pretty hard, so it's definitely not a bad thing. But I am going to do something stupid later in this fight. I'm going to like completely forget that I have tactics, so he can't auto-block, and I'm going to be like trying to do the thing where you intercept Shocker, and then he loses his unblockable, and that's going to be stupid. I'm also going to forget that he goes unblockable a couple times this fight, so that's cool. But luckily I used the indestructible boost, and that's going to help me a good bit, because I don't even know what the heck I'm doing here. Like, my brain was just like turned off in this fight. I don't need to be doing only heavy attacks. I don't need to be trying to bait out this unblockable, because I know that my clarity is going to make it to where he can't auto-block anyway. So, really stupid on my part, but it's okay. Go for another heavy attack here, and guess what I'm going to forget? He goes unblockable, and I'm going to eat more attacks. Luckily, we're okay. We had another hit on the indestructible boost, and then he's going to go down in one combo right after. But that was a little scary at one point. So, anyway, last fight I have this war is against Iron Man Infinity War on Hazard Shift, Incinerate, or not Incinerate, Shock, and Bleed. And this is a pretty easy fight, if I'm being honest. Just because Angela makes it to where, hey, look, I'm not going to have any debuffs on me because of her Sig ability being busted. So I'm not getting any shocks. I might get a couple bleeds just because of deep wounds. But other than that, it's going to be pretty easy, barely an inconvenience. And we have our clarity passive. Don't have to worry about any of the tactic anymore. The tactic is like really OP. It just completely shuts off anything that could possibly be a problem just by having that green passive, and some of the stuff from the defender's abilities, like any auto block whatsoever or any evade whatsoever. I think it's honestly a little bit overtuned, but that's okay. I'm not complaining about easy wars, even though I would like a little bit more of a challenge. It's part of why I liked last season. I did think it was a bit more challenging than this season, but then again, I'm not going to complain when I'm going deathless for the first two wars this season, because as you can see here, this fight's going to be going down. And so yeah, I'm going to be deathless so far this season off of 13 fights, which isn't really much at all, but I did die in War 2 of last season, so I'm having a very good start so far. And I am taking a break for Wars 3 and 4, because I will not be able to play the game during Wars 3 and 4 due to vacation reasons. So I'll be leaving for that and probably coming back into my alliance on War 5, meaning this is probably the last video you will see from me for like 5 days. So I'll see you guys then, but I might have a video uploading tomorrow, we'll see. But I don't really have the score of this war because it's still got like 16 hours left as of the time of recording this. But we are winning right now, which is pretty good. So I'm going to upload this video tonight, and the war won't be over yet, but I'll pin in the comments tomorrow if we win or lose, if I remember to do so. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in probably a week.